A very good day to all those teachers handling subjects like gender studies, social science, environmental science, and language under the new Curriculum Framework 2023. The framework introduces multidisciplinary education, nurturing values, fostering creative pedagogies, and preparing students for practical problem solving. In this series, called as Cultural Curries in the Classroom, myself and a team of experts hope to use the things that are happening around us in the society, in our culture, to bring home many lessons as postulated in the NCF 2023. Teachers in preparatory and middle childhood teaching subjects that have been mentioned are expected to engage in non-fictional content read aloud and discussed in the class. This way, the student is able to link knowledge from their own experience and talks about it. This is written in NEP 2020 and NCF 2023 also follows the same. It is strongly rooted in India's context, Indian thought, and Indian knowledge and knowledge systems. If we have to bring this NCF 2023 to the classes, we need a pedagogy which will inculcate what is happening around us inside the classroom and bring out the lessons in it. One such way is to do through the festivals that we are celebrating in our society. So this particular series tries to help the teachers develop a teaching learning methodology wherein the classes 3, 4, 5 as well as students from 6, 7, 8 will be able to discuss about the different festivals that are happening in our society as well as develop critical thinking and problem solving capabilities through this process. The classroom will be a formal space allowing for group work and peer interactions. And what we present here, a team of experts, is teaching learning material which you can download from the link given and use it in your classroom after customizing the same. So the TLM or the teaching learning methodology that we are presenting here is seasonal festivals in India. We know that we celebrate so many festivals and these festivals have a lot of relevance to our culture. We as educators understand that the culture does not have a decorative or ornamental value, but it is something which equips the students to free themselves from many challenges in the life. Learning in the rituals and the festivals special to their families and community, along with the local way of dressing and working or traveling or living that are an integral part of an everyday lives, will bring out a lot of rich experience in the children. So one of the series of things that happen is called as the seasonal festivals. The beginning of summer and the beginning of winter are two very important junctions of climatic and solar influence. The bodies and minds of people undergo a considerable change on account of the changes in nature. Today, we dwell into the beginning of winter season. As you can see, life goes on for the brave and gritty students, working women, both educated and uneducated. One of the prominent festivals celebrated during this period is Navaratri. Students just learn about the different names by which it is called in different parts of India and the different customs that are followed in different states. But let us see how these festivals can leave a lasting impression on students. In today's class, we are going to see about Durga Navaratri, which is celebrated in September-October every year across India. The first of the day is dedicated to Ma Shailaputri, daughter of mountains. She is mounted on Nandi the bull. She symbolizes strength, devotion, and purity. She is also considered to be goddess of root chakra, which is evoked for spiritual awakening. She provides foundation for personal growth. Instead of just telling these things to the children, the teachers can initiate a discussion, and this is what the innovative teaching learning methodology is. Students at the preparatory level, boys can be asked about to talk about daughters who have made their parents proud. It could be their friends, sisters, motivate them to talk about older women who take care of their aging parents. Girls, ask them about the devotion that they have exhibited towards any art form or studies. It could be gardening, painting, dance, music, or studies. All this you can tell them they personify Ma Shailaputri. The teacher has to guide the discussion by encouraging students to feel proud of their sister who is a fashion designer, who is an athlete, a chef. Such discussion seeds the thought of equality in profession and gender neutral jobs. Students at the middle level, that is standard 6, 7 and 8, boys can be asked to talk about what they think the strength of women is, what it means to them. Excel in academics, sports, extracurricular. Talk to them about the painful menstrual cramps that stops them. What do they feel about girls' quota or women's reservation? Ask them to write an essay, and if this teacher feels that some students need to be sensitized, then they can be called separately and counseled. Girls can be told about what determination is. Have they exhibited that in the younger years, the career choices that they make and everything. If the class does not respond to any amount of probing on these topics, the teacher can talk about movies like Dangal and Panga, which have personified women power. The second day is dedicated to Ma Brahmacharini, student face. She is depicted as walking barefoot, carrying a japamala in her right hand and a kamadalu in her left hand respectively. This is the face of learning and growth. She embodies the pursuit of knowledge, wisdom, righteousness. If this is what she stands for, evoke these feelings, these thoughts, these values in your children. Tell them about the story of any personality who worked hard and studied hard. Here I have depicted the story of Abdul Kalam. Abdul Kalam as a student used to actually be a paper boy. When the train used to stop or slow down at a particular station in Tamil Nadu, he used to catch the newspapers and deliver it. This is the way he started off his student's career. And then when he went on to become the President of India, before that he did his graduation in a reputed college in India and went on to do his, when he was doing his post graduation in Madras Institute of Technology, for going home down south he did not have money, and so he had to sell one of his most cherished book in order to buy a ticket. It was not a ticket from America to India, it was after all a ticket from Chennai to down south. In his school years, Kalam had average grade but was described as a bright and hard-working student who had a strong desire to learn. He wanted to become an Air Force pilot and he set out to do his aeronautical engineering from MIT Chennai, but when he applied for the same in the Air Force, he could not clear it. He was denied the right to join the Air Force. But after becoming the President of India, he became the Supreme Commander and then went to the Chief of the Air Staff and mentioned to him that he wants to learn how to fly. To this, the Chief said He will give training, and then after being trained for 6 months, Dr. Kalam flew the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, a twin-jet multi-role air superiority fighter. So such stories inspire the student that failure is not the end of life. You can always bounce back. Ask students in the preparatory level about education of their parents, uncle, drive home the importance of the same, about how people have been able to achieve great heights because of education. In the middle level, it could be something like a movie time. We all know that Chichore is the story of a middle-aged man whose son attempts suicide because he could not clear a competitive examination. When the father brings his uh, friends from across the globe to talk about his own story in the college, where they were branded the loser brand but changed the tide around. At the same time, you can talk to them about how the actor in Chichori, Sushant Singh Rajput, died by suicide. In spite of acting in inspirational movies like MS Dhoni, The Untold Story, and Chichori. Don't allow the students to debate as to whether it was a suicide or not. The message is about how to bounce back from being branded a loser to show that you have a life of your own. Should girls give up their career ambitions for raising a family? Those who have seen their mother give up promotion because it entitled a transfer, ask them to talk to their mother at home and come back and share the feelings of the lady in the class. Ask girls what they feel is important, to allow the more productive of the partners to work, or should it be equal. These are all discussions that is related to the Devi that we worship on the second day of Navratri. The third day is Ma Chandraganta, means half moon shaped like a bell. Ma Chandraganta is one who establishes justice. Seated on a tiger, Chandraganta is Dashabhujana, or the one with 10 hands, each holding something significant. The goddess takes a ferocious form if the need arises. Ask the girls if they feel they are subject to some kind of harassment during travel, in class, during hobby classes, and what did they do about them. If any of them took the form of Chandraganta at any time. Encourage them to talk about friends, relatives who have shown such courage. Ask them to talk about the superhero characters and drive home the point that these are surreal and they must not expect to do those acts that are done in the movie. Impress upon them the need to play games, exercise, and eat healthy food to become Ma Chandraganda when the need arises. Special discussions in senior classes could be, you could discuss the RG Kar Medical College doctor rape case in Calcutta in 2024 and ask the girl students, or anybody for that matter, if they are prepared or equipped to handle such situations in life. Do they know self-defense? Makush is the next day of celebrated Devi. It stands for little, Ushma means energy or warmth, and Anda stands for cosmic egg. The cosmos was no more than a void full of darkness until Devi Kusamata appeared. She grew to illuminate every nook and corner of the void, which had no indications of the world or life anywhere. We learn to nurture and sustain life forces. So, how do you inculcate this in your students? Preparatory level students can be asked to talk about who they nurtured, like a fellow student when he fell down or got hurt. If they don't know, let them talk, go home, ask their parents, and come back and talk to you next day. Talk to them about pet care, stories of nurturing them, plants, and the joy they derive. Slowly talk to them about gratitude. Gratitude for everything from the place they live, water they drink, food they eat. Tell them about the farmer who nurtures his crop, for the tasty tomato ketchup they have. Students in the middle level can be introduced the concept of sustainability and sustainable development goals by talking to them about the need to nurture, preserve our Mother Earth. Talk to them about calamities caused and human lives lost because of climate change. This is the first of the two-part series of Devi and the lessons that can be taught in the class. You can freely download the templates to use in the class after customizing them from the link in the description. Look out for the next. Till then, keep steering the cultural curries in your classroom. Be an innovative teacher. Namaste.